current is a current that is formed when there is a break in the sandbar.
So there's low points and high points in the sand, sandbars and sloughs. And when the waves wash over a sandbar into the slough, they want to drain back into the ocean, so they'll usually kind of carve a little channel through the sandbar. And where that channel is, all the water funnels out in one concentrated area, and when you're swimming in it, it can draw you out to sea.
All the waves and water movement that comes up onto the beach, all that water has to empty back out into the ocean somehow. So it finds the weakest part in the sandbar to takes the sand away, and all that water rushes out through that channel in the sandbar. We practice preventative lifeguarding, which means the lifeguards on the tower are trained to spot these rip current areas. And the whole idea is that you see somebody walking in knee-deep water into that area, we're taught to get them out of that area before they get into trouble. Our job, of course, is to go rescue people, but the idea is to prevent rescuing them. We're not the bad guy down here. Our job is to make sure that you and your family go home safe at the end of the day. Never look out there and assume that it looks safe and it's flat, there's no waves, there's nothing going on. Parents, follow your children into the water. Hold their hand. It only takes a split second for them to get swept off their feet. They're in one of these low-lying trough areas. They're, what's waist-deep water for you and I is overhead for them.
The biggest thing is really to stay calm. Kind of a misnomer, I guess people think that maybe they'll be pulled down somehow, but really you're just being pulled out. So if you can just float and kind of conserve your energy, a lot of times they're not necessarily straight out to sea, sometimes they kind of curve around, so they might even bring you back along shore. But the best advice is to swim parallel to it. Don't swim directly in against the rip current to get back to shore. Swim on beaches with lifeguards, near the lifeguard. Ask them, as you walk into the water, if you're not, familiar, we'll be happy to explain, where a good place to swim is, where a bad place. Don't swim there, swim here. Never swim alone, and don't panic. No one wants to come to the beach and have a near-death experience, so we'll tell you what's going on.